What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Thank y'all so much for coming along for the journey with the Gus the Bus. We are here at Coldwater Equestrian Campground. We are hanging out, enjoying nature, just chilling out, letting the dog hang out with his brother and sister. And yeah, we have some beautiful driving footage this week and a few other little things. You know, Gus's big rig review is coming out, so follow along, like and subscribe, and let's jump into the video this week.
All right, and we're off. Here we go. The little boys, they are always ready for an adventure. We had spent all morning loading up, getting firewood, had to actually recharge the air conditioning system. So one of those things, that probably will be in a later video, but we actually got out way later than we wanted to. But we are going today to Milton, Florida, it's Blackwater State Forest. If you saw our other Gus's Big Rig review on Cruel Lake, it's kind of a sister campground up there, but we're actually trying the equestrian campground out. A lot of horse people, a lot of horses and stuff like that, obviously equestrian, but a different flavor. Definitely not what we expected. Beautiful, right on the creek, but it's about 50 miles. So I'm going to shut up now and I'm going to let the video just play and show y'all some footage from the driving. And I'll pick up here in a minute on some of these little things that are actually worth noting or mentioning. So here we're coming over the Quintet Bridge. That is Escambia River. We got to go from Escambia County to Santa Rosa County, and we're going to go up to the north end. So let's do it. So we're rolling into Milton now. And here's the fam hanging out. Benjamin's back in his bunk, just chilling. Oh, got a thumbs up and a half a wave. So that is a bike trail. There's a big Blackwater bike trail out there in Munson that you can go ride your bikes. And Charlie's not exactly amused. He has started venturing out of his bunk, but that's about all you get out of him. So that was Bob's Canoes we just passed. This is Coldwater Creek, which is actually the same creek that we are camping on, but we're still about probably 8 or 10 miles from the campground. It's 50 miles from the house, so it's about an hour-ish. So this was the turnoff of Munson Highway, and now we're kind of going through these planted pines. A lot of hunting land up here. In fact, there's like dove hunt signs and fields and stuff like that. But kind of pretty, just driving through the country in the middle, literally middle of nowhere. All right, that was the last turn. So what took me by surprise was coming down the hill to the campground was just beautiful. It was like hilly and like just kind of crazy. And so if you look down, you're staring at the campground, and the road runs right by the outskirts of the campground. Now, this turn in was a little tighter. You can tell where they actually put some cement on the, see right there on the left. And then also whenever we make the turn, right there they put some added cement because these guys with these horse trailers, and of course me with 45 feet, kind of hard to make that turn at the angle it was at. You know, you get a tire off the pavement, so I'm sure that was just a thing, so they put some extra cement there. So you're coming into the entrance of the campground right here, and there's a pavilion off to the left where there was actually a church group that had it this weekend, and dump stations right there. And now there's kennels right in front of us, and then also you got to check in with the ranger to basically, I'm sure, show your paperwork for your horses and all the stuff like that. Bathhouse to the right, stables to the left. And like I said, stick around for Gus's Big Rig review. I will show, you know, this drive-in video into the campground, the sites and stuff like that. Give a little review. That way people can go back and look at it if they wanted to go up here to this campground. So like and subscribe. It's a good time to make mention of that so you don't miss some of these reviews, and eventually we'll get into reviewing products, hopefully. So my wife shot most of this video, so I got to give a little shout out to her. This corner was a little tight as well. It wasn't terrible, but you know, with a bus you kind of scare people whenever you put your bumper about 6 inches off of their car. So here we are. We're going to be camping over here on the left. We just kind of pulled up, kind of survey. We actually had to move a picnic table. It was in the way. Actually didn't even, that one right there in front of us didn't even belong. So here we are back in old Gus Inn. Needed to get it a little over closer to the pedestal, and I apologize about the finger. Not my finger. I won't mention any names, but her initials are Amanda. Anyway, we'll go there. Thank you for videoing, babe. So we need to get the pedestal. I just wanted to get it a little closer, plus get further out of the road to that last cargo bay was kind of my aim. So you'll see me here in a second, just backing it up a little bit more. Just made it easy because I didn't have to drag out near as much hose or power cable, which is interesting because my friends that were across the way, they actually had to pull their camper up because it was made for horses. So anyway, beautiful creek, beautiful creek. Coldwater, there's a reason why it's called Coldwater. That's the one that was actually right behind our friend's camper. This right here is the kind of, not public, but the, I mean, I guess it could be if you got the day pass, but this is a much bigger sandbar. and I'm sure is pretty hopping during summertime. It's funny, I said I wouldn't narrate too much, but here we go. There's the stables. It was really nice getting to walk up to the fence early in the morning with a cup of coffee and just, seeing the horses, and one or two of them let you pet them and stuff like that. But it was really a unique experience as far as camping, to see all the people with their horses and horse trailers and living quarters and, that farm life. There's our Fire and Charlie, and there's Joshua, the bus man. Notice he's got his lighter in his hand. I guess there ain't no telling with that child. Beautiful day. Oh my gosh. There's the crew, part of them at least. There's Charlie's brother and sister. The bus. And some new friends that parked next to us. All in all, it was just a great weekend. Really just got to disconnect, limited phone service, hanging out, watching the horses, riding bikes, you name it, going on walks. Gus nice and cozy. I would definitely recommend this campground. Super nice, and especially if you have horses and such. But all right, let's head back. We actually made a detour. This is Milton. This is downtown Milton. We actually went to see my uncle out in Holt, which is about another 30 minutes. I wanted to go see him, but then also stretched Gus's legs a little bit and get on the interstate. And so that's what we're going to do. So this is downtown Milton. Show y'all some more driving and then call it a video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment. It really does keep us encouraged to keep making videos, making content. I know y'all enjoy watching the driving videos, but just really documenting some of our family adventures with Gus. It's a lifelong dream come true. So we are going over Blackwater River right here. And this is Blackwater River from the interstate side. The bus man got this footage, so did pretty good. Minus the sun. I was trying to get him to get the sun out of it, but I don't know that he quite comprehended. But 7-year-old, what can I expect? And this is Escambia Bay. We're going westbound, so that means we are just about into Pensacola, which means we're going to call this video a wrap. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank you so much for following along. Like and subscribe. Don't forget, Gus's Big Rig review coming out soon on Coldwater Equestrian Campground. Thank y'all.